Zach are not going to be here, so...
Are they not going to be here at all, or are they going to Skype in?
They're not going to be here at all.
What happened? It's not showing up.
No, they're going to be there in St. Pete this weekend, apparently. Alright, so let's move some of these over. You want to move this over here?
Oh, that's fun.
Ryan, if you want to move your stuff over here, because they're not showing up, so we just want to... Here's She's not there anyway, so it's all good. Okay. Oh, the mic's are already on, so that's cool. So they heard everything we just said. Welcome to Epic Interactions, where a couple guys and a couple girls get together, play some Dungeons and Dragons, have some fun, and try and stay alive. Just give me 1 second so that way I can move some of the things here. I just want to make sure that we're getting everything right. What's up? Yeah. I'm gonna do this, and then
Check.
come here with it. Alright, cool. So, apologies. Alright, so as you can see, we're still kind of, we don't have the whole crew here today, but we are, without Zach, Jenna, and Lindsay. They play Treya, Farah, and Drezkai. So they'll be back next week, as far as I understand. We do also have Sarah back, so welcome her back. So as she is entertaining the group. So, we do take donations. Any donations, half of them go to the stream. As for the other half, go to military vets. So we can donate to them as well. We appreciate you guys and any donations that you do put out there for us. There will be some changes coming to the stream, actually, here in the next couple weeks or so. There was a gentleman that I was able to get in contact with that is able to kind of sketch out and draw out some of our players and what they actually want to be portrayed as. However, no one is here to say that too. However, I think I told you that I need that paragraph like as soon as possible.
I understand.
So,
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Longer?
I haven't even like sat down and figured out exactly what he.
It's like a 2-minute paragraph, man.
I know, man. I haven't even thought about it though. That's what I'm
when
saying.
you sit your butt on that toilet, you put your phone out.
No, man. When I'm sitting my butt on that toilet, it's coding. That's all I'm thinking about the whole time, man.
Sure.
It's not a joke. My brain is nothing but code.
So.
I'm working on mine now.
Okay. Let me find out where my other players are at.
Getting coffee, I hope.
Hey, come in or you cuddle? Okay. Alright. So, some others. Oh, I found out that our layout, the reason why you don't really see how many people we have currently is because they changed their website. That's why they were down and out. So I will have to go back and redo all the work that I've already done.
Wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, what website?
What are you talking? What's
The overlay, something you guys don't even fathom.
Oh,
because you guys
you're talking
you
about
guys don't even
that.
ask. You guys just look and show up
Hey.
and just
It
look
was
at
working
everything and
last
just sit
week.
down and play. Yeah, the other stuff that you don't know, I actually have. So the people that are actually watching and actually realize the differences in the different screens and whatnot is because the website went down and then redid itself. So I have to go back and redo everything and then put it back in.
the smallest violin right now.
So
I just listen to it mostly. I don't really want.
that's fine. But
Yeah, you're right. I do just show up and look pretty on camera.
oh, you guys are getting fucked tonight.
That's good.
Add another 100 likes.
Come on,
Gotta
let's
say
go.
Anything.
Let's go.
Add 100 likes. There's your warning.
Come on, let's go. Come on. I got it.
Um,
I'll take it all.
so there's that. Another thing is, at some point, there will be a small intermission where we will actually be having some food show up, because I have not eaten. So yeah.
So you weren't kidding. It's literally going to my house right now where, like, nobody's at.
Oh, no. It's, we did it on Kayla's phone, so it's coming here.
Okay.
But for the purposes, all intents and purposes, we will go ahead and kind of dive into tonight's episode of Epic Interactions.
All right, my first move, I jump on something that gives me a little elevation. I just smack the bottom of my elbow, and I just dive bomb right into red.
Cool.
Just so everybody has context, last week I ended with me wrestling with all the Dragonborns. So.
Oh, check that out. Alright, so last week we ended where, wow, you guys are like really out of there. Okay, figure out how you guys want to be sat. Best way, however you want to do it. If you guys want to spread out, spread out. If you don't, you don't. Alright, but Kayla, if you're going to sit there, then go more to your right and pull the microphone with you so that way it's in between you and Ryan. In between you and Ryan. Alright.
You messed up my dice.
So, last week we ended where you guys had a fight with a sorcerer, it seemed, that was well above the power that you guys are used to. However, due to some aid that arrived via teleportation circle, you guys helped defeat that individual, finding out that the individual's name is Senevine and actually wasn't even a real person. It was actually a copy, a made up, or not made up, but a physical copy or duplicate of an individual. Illyria, after giving some information to some individuals and others, decided to stick around to see what the town's end will be. So, with that being said, Rahun, you got into a little brawl as a minor earthquake-like feel shakes the ground once more. And you coming from the, since you guys are on this part of the town, on the opposite side of the tavern, the small centerpiece to this town, you hear two what seems to be massive geyser-like noises coming from where the big hole that the goblins and such were coming out of. Give me 1 second as I pull up some music. At this point, all the Dragonborns begin to stop as they are trying to finding out what's happening. And as they kind of look, they're like, oh, okay. And actually, I mean, they're tall enough. Based on... I did send you all a picture. Did everyone receive it?
No.
Yes.
I probably didn't get it though.
Okay.
It's okay.
I already knew that was coming.
Hold on,
shit.
Sarah.
I already knew that was
I'm
coming.
sending it to you.
No, I got it. I
It
saw it.
looks so
Cody.
cute and squishy.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah.
So, as you
want to
see,
touch.
two of those massive worms breach as you now begin to tell what should have been more goblins and orcs coming from that area. It looked to be like they disturbed something. A natural habitat of worm, of some worm. You don't really know, you've never encountered this before. As its massive gray body with like tentacle-like feelers, so to speak. As I make sure I have the description right. Teeth all on the bottom half, almost like in a half circle with eyes on the top, blue, on the top half, while the gray on the bottom having little pincers on the bottom. And they move ever so slightly. 2 of them coming out on either side. Now, unfortunately, I was not able to get some worm miniatures just due to some unfortunate events in the past.
Just picture a land Gyarados.
Yeah, like a land Gyarados. However, I put 2 of the massive demons and will replace them with that.
You're getting the core value of D&D, guys. Use your imagination.
So, so we'll take it from there as the townspeople immediately just run because they were out, and you hear some screams. You hear as they're all just gonna take a turn here. Oops, sorry, that guy's supposed to be over here and flee. So 5, 10, 15, 20. No.
Can I do a history check on it?
Yeah. You can have advantage.
Hey, Ryan.
25.
25.
To know like what its immunities or resistances are.
You want to know immunities and resistances?
Yes.
Alright, so you do know that this is an amphibious creature. He's resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. He's also immune to poisons. You know that he can breathe air and water. That's easy. Is there anything else specifically you wanted to know?
No, that's it.
However, you do know that this is a kaju worm, a toho kaju, essentially. I'm okay. Just because it gives, you know what happens to me.
Does the same thing to me, man.
It does.
Alright, so are we in free action or are we in initiative?
As of right now,
Free action?
free action. As they just emerged. They haven't
Done anything.
done anything.
I look at the Dragonborns. I look at red. I look at the worm. I look at red.
He looks at you. He looks at the worm, and he goes, "We didn't get paid for this," and he just kind of backs back up.
I pull out my axe.
He puts away his swords.
I still look at it. I still look at him and I'm like, so? Ever heard of doing it for fun?
Money? No.
I stop as he says money. How much are you getting paid, by the way? Come on, bro. We're friends here. Alright. But it's high enough that you're willing not to want to deal with this.
It's high enough that each and every single one of us is getting paid quite handsomely.
Look over at 2. I give him that look like,
The two, he just kind of looks at you and goes,
now I hesitate on whether I want to attack this thing or not. Or take the Dragonborn's lead and be like, I should be getting paid for this.
So, I mean, they're not that far away, this scuffle from where we're standing, right? This little bar brawl that they're having.
oh yeah, no, this is like
Yeah.
right over in the corner. That's like as
So-
far from me to you.
I know
So-
you want it.
I just, I see Rahun, like, having this argument with these Dragonborns. I just go, Rahun,
Huh.
let's just show these Dragonborns how it's really done.
I think I've done that. I'm kind of with them. Why aren't we getting paid for this?
Unbelievable. I cast Beacon of Hope. Use my
You cast
last-
Do
Beacon
they
of
have
Hope.
anything?
Fine. And I go charging for it.
So, that's my last 3rd level spell, guys. Just
All right,
throwing
so
that
you
out
go
there.
charging for it.
Yeah. With my new 45 feet of movement.
All right, which one do
Leveled
you want to
up,
go? You want
guys.
to go left or right? You can get here, and you have another 5 feet, so you can go left or right.
Let's see. Oh, it really doesn't make a difference. What are those buildings to my right?
Are these guys?
Yeah, are those the apartments?
No, the apartments was here. That's all pretty much like
Where most of the town
burning.
folks go.
This was the resource area, which is also burning. This was the tavern in the middle, and then this is the watermill.
You know what? I'll make it even simpler. I'm going left. 1 and 2 go left. 3 and 4 go right.
You guys are free to do what you wish. They haven't attacked or anything. They're just there.
Do I know if they're gonna attack or not? Can I make a history check?
No. You some instances they have, some instances they haven't.
Okay. Alright.
I would like to just specify that I'm not using my enlarged axe because I've used it for today, and I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me check real quick.
That's fine.
Well, I'm checking to see. It just says once per for 1 minute enlarges the axe. Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna be using my double axe then.
However you want to do.
It never specified though whether it's like just a hand axe or great axe or anything. It just says double axe. Is this a one-handed weapon?
Yeah, it's a one-handed.
It's a
It's
one-handed.
literally the thing I gave you.
Yeah, yes. Okay, I just
Yeah.
wanted to double check. I didn't know if maybe that was just a miniature version.
Yeah,
of it. So
sorry,
it's
yeah.
a one-handed.
Yeah, it's a one-handed.
Okay, I just
It's
wanted
not
to
a
make sure
double-handed.
so that I can use that for one and then use my monk unarmed. Got it. Cool.
Very well.
So I'm just gonna hang tight. See
Hang
what
tight.
happens.
I'll go to like a high place
High place.
where I can like attack it from like on top of the wall or something, right? 'Cause
So you want to come over
Or-
here to
yeah, where I could attack it without doing anything.
So do you want to dash?
Sure. And I want to observe them. Do they have like how many eyes do they have?
Actually, based on where you're at, you can't tell.
Where are they exactly?
You would. It looks to be like they have 4 or more eyes
Hmm.
in their hand.
Can I tell?
Oh,
Can I tell from my?
Based on being
What do your elf eyes see?
across.
I don't know. They got some eyes.
4, 8. I don't know. Can I see how many eyes I have?
Yeah, based on where you're at, you can tell that they have 8.
So it's like spider eyes.
It's like this. So like think of it as like here's the worm. Here
One
these
side
are
has
these
4,
are the
one-
eyes, and then you have like the jaw on the bottom half.
I got you. I see how it is in the picture and stuff. I just can't tell how many eyes in there.
How many feet are they away from
Hey,
each
Dave,
other?
while we're doing this, did you want to run downstairs and grab the? I think they're down there. Yeah, he's calling right now. I think.
Are you gonna pay them half?
Well, we already paid on the app. Now it's just a matter of I'm gonna pick up. What are you doing?
I want to move. Well, I mean, I've already casted that. I want to. How far am I away from them right now?
From the nearest one? 45, 50, 55.
55. Okay. Am I in clear view of both of them?
I mean, from where you're at, like you'd have to look. You look over the ceiling of the tavern, and then you just see like the tops of them.
Is there any position that I can move to where I can clearly see both of them?
You'd have to back up more unless you wanted to get around the building and see them clearly, or see one of them clearly.
I'll just stay where I am.
Okay, stay where you're at.
Which one is he charging?
He's going to the left and looks. Well, actually,
Is
you
that-
don't even know.
is
You
that-
saw him just run past the tavern building, and
I just
then
said,
you don't
"Very
know
well."
which way he went.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
So if I move, can I see him? Yeah. Is it is I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'll just move in the direction that Rahun did.
Okay. Alright, so you begin to come around the right side of the building, and you see Rahun goes to the left.
Okay.
Farah, she just thinks something's going on. She heard something, and she's going inside the tavern. Emerald, what are you doing?
Yeah, so, what is the top of that thing? Like, are these buildings that I'm looking at here?
Yeah, so these are buildings. The anything with a brown top is a building.
Okay.
These two massive demons are actually the worms.
Gotcha.
And you are right here in the middle.
And who's that character? Is that Rahun?
The one that went toward them? Yes.
Yeah, that's closest.
Yes.
How many feet is he from the two worms?
Well, you wouldn't know that because you can't physically see him currently.
Gotcha. Okay. Can I just get within like 70 feet of them and just kind of have a battle stance, like in the defense?
Alright, so you can get in the position of 1, and you're there in a battle stance. Got it. Illyria, you're just chilling out, right?
Yeah. How far away are they from each other?
35 feet.
Okay. So if I stood in front of that building, a 60-foot cone could hit them both. Where can I be where a 60-foot cone would hit them both? Without getting, like, too close.
You kidding? I do have a cone.
Where's your cone line?
I know. I do have a cone. I just don't know where it's at right now. Son of a biz. Did I leave it over at your place, Cody? I don't think so.
Cone?
Yeah, the
No.
cone.
You
It
had
would be
it
in that
last
brown
week.
bag. It would be in the bag that you always.
Alright, well, we're gonna have to judge it at this point. Cycle. Why'd they bring you to the Cool Ranch?
That's fine.
Sorry, baby. I put the sun tips on it. Oh, I did get an extra drink. I got a. What is the other one? What? Oh my god, we got somebody else's order. Alright. A 60-foot cone. I would say that if you wanted to, I would say you'd have to be 60 feet back.
Okay. So it's kind of where I am, right?
Because well, you'd have to come right over here, but yeah.
So then, yeah, move me there.
However, again, in a 60-foot cone, you also have 2 buildings there. So it's going to, if you just do it there, the building is going to take whatever you're throwing at it. So you'd have to get elevated.
Okay, so let me go up. Let me
Huh?
stand next to her on the wall.
You're going to get up here on this? Or you're going to come up on the wall?
On the wall.
Well, then you would be out of 60 feet.
Oh, can I stand on the building? Can I go upstairs?
You want to try and get on the roof of the building?
Yeah. I can teleport there. Boom, there.
Alright, so you make sure you cast it. You make sure
Yeah.
you use a spell slot. So you. I mean, there is a flag right here too. You could teleport to the top of the flag. I mean, as long as you're balanced enough.
I can go for the top of the building.
Just go over the top of the building.
Yep.
Alright. So I'll say right there, you're literally. What's the range of it?
60 feet cone.
So yeah, it's literally going to be at the very end. It's going to be able to hit both of them.
Cool. And Rahun's the only one in my way, right?
It's gonna nick Baltimore.
I'm not necessarily gonna do it, but alright. That's where I'm gonna just position myself for now.
Okay. All right. So at this point, all the people are going to run again as they go into buildings to try and escape.
I don't know anything.
So the worms also, you see them kind of like both kind of like just swirling back and forth, just kind of looking, just figuring out what is happening essentially as you hear a series of clicks and like guttural like sounds as
What are they speaking?
seem to be communicating.
What are they speaking?
That'd be interesting if you do it. Primordial.
Yes, I speak it.
You do.
I do.
Alright.
What do they
Does
say?
anybody else speak Primordial? That's a good question actually. Baltimore, do you speak Primordial? I know you have like 75.
No.
No, you don't. All right.
That is one I do not speak.
So you kind of hear you hear them both kind of just discussing with themselves. One kind of just looks over. He's like, "What is this place? I don't know, brother." And the other one's like, "Oh, many people. What do we do?"
Should I talk to them? I don't know what I
You
would
can
do.
if you want. I mean, you'd have to yell it though.
I know. I'm trying to figure out if I should talk to them or not. I'm gonna wait a little while. Like, hey guys!
I'll
What's
help
up, you guys?
I'll help you.
She's like,
Just so you know that.
Let me go down here on this aspect too. You definitely saw me running at him with my axe.
So, for the purposes of just keeping the order, why don't we go ahead and roll initiative? As my sub just completely falls apart.
You know, I felt like
That's
I was
the
gonna
rolls I
roll
want
shitty
right there.
today. I felt like it.
Initiative.
You see this shit? You see this shit?
17 for me.
There's a child. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. This is like,
You're just a bad person.
my whole thing just ripped apart. So now the whole sub is like falling out. All right, so go ahead and shoot. What do we got?
I got 17.
Me too.
Oh, that's cute.
Just always gotta copy me, don't you, Emerald?
I mean, after I died, yeah, I'd like to come back and live. So. That's what you mean by copying.
Of course.
Do we have them?
Except I don't die.
Hey.
Thanks. No, I don't think it's that because I have some in here.
Oh.
It's just not.
She's not coming out.
You know. Anybody have another pen or pencil I can borrow? All right. So, 20 to 25. Wow. Okay, 15 to 20?
17.
Yeah.
17.
It's like, yeah, I already know.
10 to 15.
10.
5 to 10.
4.
5 to 10.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I heard 5. I don't know.
0 to 5. Baltimore.
Kicked it.
3.
I'm not dead last. Yay.
But I want to.
All right, so Rahun and Emerald,
Good for you.
you're
I'm
up.
trying to kick it. My negotiative skills are gonna.
What are you
drop
doing?
this
I will perch myself against the back, like, against my back against the wall real quick, in between her and whatever these things in. Do I see her and hear her, like, yelling at these things in, like, weird clicking noises? Right?
So,
Like,
hey, what's up, you guys?
right, I hear her doing all these weird clicking. What are you doing?
I mean,
Trying to talk?
you look back, you don't see her because you have the building right behind you.
Oh, I do have the building?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're in between
Alright.
the two buildings. I'm on top of the
Do
one.
I hear this?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
she's on
guys
top.
all hear her just like yell out a massive clicking, guttural. Yeah.
But she says she's on top of the building.
Yeah.
So I don't see her even on top of the building?
I mean,
You could hear
where
it.
you're at, the building is like real right there.
I
So,
did
I mean-
hear some noise, right?
You hear it and you're
But
like,
now I think
that
there's a
sounds
third
like the
one."
girl.
But now I think there's a third one because all I
Probably.
hear is clicking and stuff, right?
Yeah.
If that's what you want to see.
What's your intelligence?
It's only
Average.
10. It's only
Yeah,
10
no, you
average.
definitely think it's a third one.
Yeah, it's just 10. I now think it's behind me and stuff. I'm like, I'm surrounded! They're all around me. What are these things? I still go after. Ah! I'll go
You can
after.
move?
Yeah, the one that I can see. I don't know what's going on.
Alright, you get all the way up to him.
I guess I attack. I don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna. Can I yell at him? It's not my turn.
Nope.
I'll say it's a reaction you can. You can talk as a free action, it's gotta be within 6 words. Or
Okay.
6 seconds, essentially.
Stop! I'm gonna talk to them. That's 6 words.
You could just yell, Rahun, stop.
Okay. Rahun! Stop!
Ah! Mid swing, I stop.
As all the worm now like goes to like almost come over you, but he's not doing anything yet. Like he's still kind of like, but he's
So we're
literally
both
like
we're both in attack position right now, waiting for like something to happen.
Who's gonna
well
go
because
first?
they also just heard somebody speak their language. So
Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. I'll stop right there and I'll hold my action until I'm told it's okay to attack these things, or until I feel it's necessary to attack these things.
Emerald,
I'm also holding my action until then, but when it is my time, I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals. So, just heads
Nice.
sound good? Cass, you're up next.
I'm holding my action too until somebody attacks.
It's not
I'm
going to
just
be
waiting
us.
to
It's
hear
going to be
that.
some random. It's going to be Tony finally. Finally, Tony finds some courage and attacks the wrong thing.
And you also, when you said stop to Rahun, as Rahun stopped, you hear the other one kind of turn and just kind of like, just say to the other one, stop.
Cool.
And then the one to your right, my left, he kind of like picks himself up more as he goes probably another 20 to 30 feet in the air, as now you realize that there's more underneath than just what he's showing.
Oh yeah.
And he kind of looks, like whole mouth and all, looks in your direction. Who is that speaks with me?
Like, hello, I'm Illyria. What are you guys doing up here?
You came to my domain.
Oh yeah, have you been here long?
Come here often.
He
How
doesn't
did we come to
respond.
your domain? You've never been here before.
The caverns.
That wasn't us. We're actually trying to stop those guys.
The filthy goblins.
Yeah, we don't like them either.
Taste disgusting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would have been great if you could have eaten them.
What are they saying? As I have this one staring me down.
As the town goes kind of quiet, almost an eerie quiet, as all of a sudden you all just hear just clicks and guttural sounds coming from both the individuals.
We're trying to clear them out of your caverns for you. Sorry about that.
Stay out of my domain.
We're gonna stay out. Appreciate it if you could push them out. We'll take care of them.
Make a persuasion check. Actually, you know what? Make an animal handling check first, and then make a persuasion check.
Not 20 on animal handling.
Fuck.
Now they're gonna be very persuaded.
Natural one on the persuasion.
I hope so. That'd be great.
11
Oh,
plus
it
5.
looked like a 1.
Technically it teetered, but whatever, it's okay. So 13 on persuasion.
This other way.
Would have been a 15 if it wasn't my boulder.
What will the surface do when the caverns are done?
Well, we're hoping to fill the caverns back. Weren't the caverns filled with water? We're gonna try
How
and
did you know?
fill them back up with water, so hopefully nothing will happen.
So now at this point, the brother that's kind of still hovering over you, you just hear him say, "I want to eat him!" And the brother's like, "Stop."
A little bit of drool fall on me.
He tastes like goblin. No. Just one picky brother. The other one don't care.
What am I doing, boys? I kind of don't want to just sit here.
I'm just gonna talk to him and be like, I'm trying to handle it without any violence.
If we clear the tunnels and caverns, you promise to fill it with water.
I'm gonna yell out to these guys and be like, can we fill the caverns back up with water? Do you know how to do that?
I look over at our druid.
We can figure it out.
Okay, because they won't attack if we can get the caverns its water back.
I hear won't attack, and I ease up a little bit.
Okay.
I kind of put like the axe down at my side.
I mean, there's
now.
bound to be a way.
Wasn't there a lady with a water thing and a well?
Yeah, but I mean, we have to. I think we gotta kill out all this entire like goblin horde first.
So they're gonna bring the horde up here if we promise to fill it back with water once we kill them all.
Sure.
We can negotiate that.
Yeah.
We can figure it out? Okay, there we go. Ah. We can fill the water. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
I hear that and I like it. I'm like,
So he just kind of looks at you. He doesn't necessarily say anything, but you kind of get the feeling that there's a
Silent.
yeah, there's like a silent acceptance as he kind of turns to the brother. They just look at each other, and the brother, not say anything, but
So I'm gonna look over to the brother and be like, "You can eat as many goblins down there as you want. Feel free."
doesn't say anything, but almost seems annoyed.
Okay.
As you
Seemed like
see
he
both
didn't
of them just withdraw back into the cavern.
should have made a deal after the time.
Well, alright.
So they just retreat. So I see this thing retreat.
Mhm.
I walk over to the edge and watch it as it goes down. Pretty far.
I
You
come
see
around
that
the.
they go down pretty far, and then they turn into their respective tunnels.
I come
Oh,
around
so
the
it's
cor-
not completely like. How far down are we talking though? Like really, really far down?
I come around the corner. and I'm like, Rahul, don't jump!
Like just at the crevices of where.
When he's doing that, I already have like 1 foot over the hole.
Don't jump.
I stop. What are you talking about?
Diplomacy. Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking.
that's how you do that.
Alright. I go back over to the Dragonborn and I just said, I could have taken it.
Alright. Do I know when the next goblin attack is?
They're about to push all
Well,
the
yeah,
goblins
that's
up.
true. Alright, then I'm gonna yell out, and then I'm gonna get off the building as well. But before I get off, I'm gonna
Roll
yell
a
out.
history check.
History check. Okay.
Go over to Baltimore.
15.
I'm like, I could use a patch up if you don't mind.
I mean, like, how strong of a patch up?
I'm not too bad, but like a little bit more would help, just a little bit.
I'm gonna do.
A little bit?
I can
Yeah, just
cure,
like a.
I can cure wounds as a cantrip.
I
You don't
can
want to
too.
use it.
Well, I mean, it's all maxed right now.
That's what I'm
You don't
saying.
even have to roll. So.
Yeah. I would say maybe like
So, I mean, I'll proc a ring charge,
that would be perfect.
so everybody gets 10.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yes, everyone gets 10.
I'm good
Okay,
now.
so I proc a ring charge. Everyone gets 10. I don't know whatever damage that the Dragonborns might get, but they're included in it as well. So.
I feel like I can take on a whole nother army, and I go and tackle Green.
You see, they were kind of discussing something. Like they were all just kind of circling
I'll
around.
stop then when I notice that they're like midway. I'm like, oh, my bad.
And they like see you charging, and they look at you. And they're like,
I stop.
I see you took down the worm, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Scared it off.
Oh, is that what you call it?
Yeah. Bet you I could send you home crying. Alright. Now which one of you pansies wants to spar with me right now? Let's go.
We actually gotta ride out. We gotta meet the people we gotta set up for tomorrow.
Oh,
Sorry, we get paid, you don't.
don't remind me.
So
One last drink before the road?
Yeah. You pour a little.
Cheers them. Ahoy! Take the sip and then so where can I find you guys again?
Oh, they look over at Emerald and they're like, just tell that man, he's got our number.
You know him? You hang out with him?
Oh yeah, the old timer? Absolutely.
Wait! I'm now realizing who his brother is and stuff. Wait, do you know what's your brother's name? Kirito? Krukas, that's it. I don't know where that came from. It was the first name that popped in my head. Do you guys know Krukas? No?
No. We know Emerald.
Ask them what they know about Zion.
You can always ask him yourself. You're right there.
Emerald,
I'm literally like shouting to you in front of them, so it's like
you know them from your travels when you were traveling the different parts of the realm.
They might know something I don't.
Oh, by the way, also, if we ever come across your hometown, is there anywhere we should stay in particular? What's the best bar? Your hometown? Where you come from? You know, your land?
So they look at each other and they say, anybody got a hometown? And they're all looking like,
Oh, my apologies. Are you just a band of mercenaries then? Oh, okay.
we travel with one another, we tame the wyverns.
Let me rephrase that question then. What's the best bar I should check out in this whole continent?
It depends on where you want to go.
Sounds good. I'll call you if I need you. I'll do that she did when I walk away.
So, all of them now pull out what seems to be a small horn. I want everybody to make
Perception.
History.
Some sort of save.
Investigation.
Perception.
Perception. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
everyone make a wisdom, just a straight wisdom check.
19.
16.
So yes, Emerald,
Natural 20.
beautiful.
8.
8,
24.
huh?
24.
24. So everybody knows this except for Taff. They all
Loser.
pull out a small horn that looks to be somewhat similar to Emerald's saber tooth. Emerald, you getting a natural 20? They look that you look at it and you're like, that looks damn familiar. You're like, oh wait, that's almost super identical to what I have and what I've been given since birth.
It's the owlbear talon.
Oh yeah, the Albert Town.
Wait,
What's up?
there are owl bears?
Yeah,
That's
you wanna give me
awesome.
Give me
I'm
that.
sorry. Is this not Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, at the same time, there's not always all the creatures in somebody's world.
How
so
are there not
Um,
owl bears?
I don't know, but now I have an idea. For
Anyway.
something else you guys should play.
They both pull out this what looks to be somewhat mini horn. As you hear them blow into it, each making a different sound in its own right. And all of a sudden from the walls, you literally see coming over the walls a respective wyvern that just kind of comes down.
How big?
Kind of perches down, enough for one rider.
But
They
I mean,
just-
like, it's big.
I mean, it's a
Right.
pretty decent one, yeah.
I immediately draw my axe again, and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Wait, what is it?
I mean, you saw them riding it. You saw all the Dragonborns riding it. You know that they ride them.
I get that, but I think it's still more the fact that, like, I don't really know, like, what's on our side and what's not, and I'm just kind of more in, like, defense mode. I'd still kind of be, like, defensive when I see a giant lizard bird come over a wall. You know, just kind of crawl over.
Do that. So you see 3 of them all pull out their swords and then like back off, like they get real pissed off.
I'm not like
that you pull
near
a weapon
it.
on them.
I'm not near it. I
it's
backed
coming.
up.
It's coming straight to you guys. Like there's
I
5
said
of
I
them that all
backed. Like
come
I
down.
walked away from them and I backed up and I was like, all right, see you guys. And then I'm seeing these things, so I'm just like, what is going on? Like I'm not going after them.
No, not that you're. Just the fact that you pulled a weapon on what is their
Okay.
on their. They get defensive and they do that.
Okay.
So it's up to you what you want to do. But now they are.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
3 of
sitting
them-
here just confused. That's all it is. I'm just sitting here confused of like what's going on because I've seen 2 worm things pop up, whole bunch of goblins, and now there's like 3.
But you did. I'm telling you, you did see the whole crew riding these things, so you know that they are connected.
Okay, I think it's more the fact that I don't see anybody on these things and they're just like by themselves that I'm more like concerned about.
That's fine.
So,
Okay, so what happens happens.
all right,
Rahun, just calm down.
I don't know what's going on at this point.
I walk up to Rahun and I put my hand on his shoulder. Just calm down, friend.
I mean, the red one doesn't even like acknowledge the fact that you did it. It was the other one, and he just gets on. And you just see him hop on to his what looks to be more bigger and beefier than the rest. But.
Huh?
And then he kind of looks at you guys on top of the wave and he's like, boys, let's get out of here. And the 3 that are upset, they kind of just pull back but still watching you as the other Wavians come in and they all mount on theirs and then they just take off. They don't even say anything at that point. Emerald, you know that with this particular crew, the Ravelrack, that their Waverns are like highly respected in their mercenary group, and to offend one of the Waverns is like a higher offense than actually offending one of their own, like one of the Dragonborns. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just
so I kind of look at Rahun
for your own.
Do you understand what you just did?
No.
No, you have no idea. If you want them to come help us again, do not ever draw any weapon on any of their Waverns.
I didn't. I just had my axe by my side, and then that thing came out, and I just was like, whoa!
You saw them ride in on those. How's that a surprise?
Because these things didn't have anybody on them. They just climbed over the walls, and we've had attacks all day. And then we had 2 giant worm things just pop out of nowhere. I don't know what these things are. I'm just on defensive mode. What do you want from me?
For the sake of having cavalry, don't do it.
Well, you know, Emerald, it'd been nice if we got more information about who these people were from you earlier.
Outside the wall.
You didn't ask.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
What you just did was way more offensive than you actually.
See, if you had told me some information about them, maybe I wouldn't have done that.
I didn't think that you would draw a sword on a creature that you had already seen.
We've been in battle all day.
That's no excuse.
Investigation.
Emerald, I hope you die again. I walk away.
60.
60?
16.
Oh, that's right. What the fuck? You don't see him out on the ranks, but you do find, as you look around toward the west, there seems to be a tent bigger than the rest. You would assume maybe he's probably there.
Okay.
As you don't see him out among the battlements.
So I'll just go back down. Join everybody else.
So you guys are all there.
So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the tavern hotel thing. You just go get something to eat.
What about those worms?
They're gonna bring the goblins up. We'll give them a good night's rest.
Well, if they're gonna bring them up, shouldn't we be here when they come up?
Yeah, we'll be up tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
go over to the hole.
Insight check.
Sure.
That's not good enough. That's not good enough. 11. I probably assume you're telling the truth.
I am telling the
Well, if you weren't, I would assume that you were.
truth. Listen, I'm here for the fight. I'm not gonna lie to you about it.
We'll see. All right.
My insight check.
Yeah, insight check. The actual probability. All right. So I am like low on spells and just everything. So I'm definitely gonna go in, grab something to eat real quick.
Sure.
And then head to bed. I don't know about you all, but I feel like maybe Buddy's system might be relevant for tonight, as far as sleeping arrangements go.
I look up into the sky, which still has a full shining sun. Yeah, you guys can go to sleep.
Oh, I guess it's just, I guess it's mid-afternoon. Well, I'm gonna go just get food. I'm not gonna sleep.
Well, did they say that they were going to bring him up tomorrow? Or did they say they were just going to bring him up?
Who said what? What are you guys even talking about?
She said that the worms are gonna bring him up.
You can talk to those things?
Yeah, who do you think was clicking?
I just
Did
assumed there was a
you
third one.
gather anything from today? Was your whole mind just a jumble?
At least she's telling us things.
So,
Sarah, he spoke to you. You have to respond.
oh, sorry. What did you say?
No, he was talking to Rahul.
Yeah.
That was Rahun.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, for future.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't really have to, though. She can just walk right past him.
I mean,
Ignore him.
just.
That's what we do most of the time.
I think it's something else.
I'm just worrisome that if we get lax and then all
Did
of
I
a sudden...
miss something?
I think
Point.
everybody just missed something with what you just said there.
I didn't.
I mean, I'm just worried that, like, if we go and we become...
So
you know-
everybody's in the tavern at this point.
Yeah.
No, not even a little bit.
No?
Completely wrong.
Did you both go to the tavern?
I went to the tavern.
No.
I didn't say
Oh,
that.
okay. So,
I'm coming off the wall and I will walk into the tavern also, following them.
all right, Cass goes in the tavern. You go in the tavern to get a bed.
Well, now realizing that it's daytime.
Yeah, it was like noon.
I know.
So this all happened between. It's like 12, maybe 12:45.
In the afternoon.
I assess the whole place. I
Um,
walk around, I assess who's been killed, I assess the damages, I assess the townsfolk
Oh, wait a
who were
minute.
injured.
No, I go around. I start looting bodies.
Oh yeah, there's goblins all over the place.
I
Start
DM,
looting.
I don't know if you caught it or not, but I also did say the same thing back in last session, but you never actually told me like if I found anything. So it's cool.
there's
I'll
a
use
lot
this
of
time
bodies.
to just assess the battlefield and stuff.
After I eat, I'm gonna go hang up on the wall. Hang up and look at the elven masses.
I'm gonna join her.
I can see you just pulling out like a beach chair, some sunglasses, with a little tanning glass.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Six.
6.
I mean, wait, is that me like searching the bodies?
You
Yep.
find a copper piece. And that's it.
I mean, I figured it was just.
You find 90 gold pieces.
Ooh, look at you.
And you find a variety of like swords, short swords.
I leave all of them. I don't even pick one up. I mean, I'm more focused now on like just like who's taking the blunt of the damage, what's really like messed up around here. What's something that needs to be like attempted to right away. Townspeople putting out the fire, getting some rubble moved out of the way. Like that's what I'm trying to assess. Is like, is there something I can be doing to help? Like,
Yeah,
clear the
put out
battlefield?
fire. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll help out with putting out the fire. I'll do that kind of thing.
You see Atreya's over there helping too. She's like, somebody grab more water. People are like,
Where?
Water! yeah.
Emerald! Fire! You can produce water.
Yeah, I already tried. It wasn't enough.
At this point, I'm like, anybody got any marshmallows?
What's a marshmallow?
Fair enough.
I almost think there might be marshmallows in the world.
Baltimore, why don't you go ahead and make a
How are marshmallows made?
Investigation.
investigation.
It's something like with beads and
10.
sugar,
10?
sugar. That's all stuff that they would have.
Based on the bodies that you do, you find 120 gold pieces.
But it's all ingredients that this world would have.
And you again also find a variety of swords and whatnot.
So, pocketing the 120, and then I'm gonna take the swords and weapons or whatever, and I'm gonna try to like make a pile of them by the tavern area. So like as I'm searching the bodies, pick them up, and if I feel like I'm like okay, so then I'll go drop them off and then continue to
Like I
search
said,
bodies.
they could make it. It's not like
Okay. So while you guys are all doing that, Sarah and Emerald, you're both outside on top looking at the masses as you, I mean, you've seen this site, so I don't need to explain it.
I'm sorry if you want to continue. I was gonna just do something very minuscule. Because now I just took another level in monk. I guess I'll take a 30-minute rest to try my meditation out, and I'll get my key. I guess.
Sure.
Do I feel anything? Do I feel any different?
When you meditate, what you're used to is you meditating. Eventually, at some point, you get pissed off.
Yeah.
You meditate, and this point, you're about to get pissed off, and then you just, something kind of like
Click.
shifts your mind a little bit, and you're just like, okay, I understand why I'm upset.
Okay, cool.
And then you almost feel at ease because you know why you're upset. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm gonna fall into that thought. I'm gonna like go as deep into the rabbit hole as I can. So, I guess consider me kind of like out until
Okay.
something major happens.
He's finding himself.
Yeah,
Exactly. I really am.
Yeah. Alright, so,
I'm by. I'll say I'll sit by the giant hole.
alright, so you and, so Illyria and Emerald are both on top of the wall looking down at the masses. You can communicate.
I'm gonna start grabbing the bodies and just moving them towards the east gate and just start making a pile of them.
Okay.
Just to like clean up the area and try to.
Sure.
So that way, if an attack happens, we're not like running all over bodies and stuff. So I'm literally gonna just try to move all the bodies as many as I can.
Sure.
So, Illyria, right? Or Illyria?
Illyria.
My memory's not as good. Do tell, what did you say to those worms back there?
Oh, I mean, I asked them if they could clear up the goblins, and they just wanted the water back in their caverns.
Did they say why?
I assume it's just for them to live in. They also asked what would happen to the city. So I'm assuming the water is keeping the caverns from crumbling in. I don't know. That's what it sounded like. Is that true? That's what it sounded like to me.
I definitely think they hold a greater purpose, but I find it interesting that if they are drained, we haven't collapsed underneath it.
Not yet.
So, not yet, please. So how did you get here again?
A teleport? I came through the teleportation circle
From where exactly?
from a lot of places.
And how do you know so much about each of us, yet there's more that you can't tell us?
I just know what our mutual friend told me.
I guess there's a lot more to Corvus than meets the eye.
That's very true.
Well,
For the nature of the conversation, I will permit you, because of the nature of the conversation, you might be able to get away with a little bit, telling him a little bit more because of the nature of the conversation. Do I make sense?
Never, but.
More about him specifically?
Maybe not him,
Okay.
but of others. Because you know that he himself cannot really change.
Sure. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For the nature of the conversation. See, I'm glad she gets my hints. I always give these hints and nobody ever gets them. They're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Again, you say everybody, but I think I've been like, oh no, I understand, but Rahun doesn't understand.
Your mind is an enigma. Okay, there's no.
I don't know what
surprise.
enigma means, but
Where Corvus comes from, it's he's come from a long line of helpers, and I'm one of those helpers.
So you're telling me you're a bird?
Yes.
There are animal companions. Mine was unfortunately lost
Wait.
a while ago.
Wait, so is Corvus technically? Am I hearing?
You're not there.
sensation?
you're in the inn.
I'm sorry to hear that, but who was the companion that you were assigned to? If you don't mind me asking.
Dude, she is Corvus.
No.
Bruh.
Bruh. Facts.
Corvus. Sorry, what's your character's name?
Cass.
Yeah. Corvus belonged to Cass's father first.
Oh, you know his name. I don't know if I gave his name, but his name's Roland Baylor.
Okay,
Yeah.
Roland.
Actually, I think I did give you his name.
You did, I just
Okay,
don't
okay.
remember. I didn't even remember her name. Names are terrible.
Wait, do I remember or know her father's name?
I've told you before.
At the moment, I'm drawing a blank.
Then you're drawing the blank.
So, Corvus
So
was.
Corvus belonged to her father, but we're still in search of her father. So
Yeah, no one knows what happened to her father. We all are still trying to find him as well.
but that still doesn't answer my question of who you were a companion to.
My companion passed away many years ago.
You see her,
I can, like,
because
make
she's
it
over
up.
Skype, I'm going to, yeah, you can make it up, that's fine. You see her kind of, at the mention of years and time ago, she kind of like gets this awkward, like, is it years? Like, was it years? Like,
This imposition.
yeah. Like, she's almost questioning the fact of what timeline, or what time her bird actually died. Or it could have not been a bird, I'm
It was
sorry.
a snake.
It's whatever you wanted it to be, sorry. So this snake, in her case.
That's interesting.
You're not there,
It's just
motherfucker. You're meditating.
It's like,
But I mean, they're just companions, and mine unfortunately is no longer with us.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. How
I,
does one go about obtaining a companion?
Oh, in your case, it's essentially at birth.
at birth?
Well, I mean, everyone essentially,
Yeah, I'm so
essentially
sad about
everyone
the
has a
snake
familiar.
now.
You know this. This is common knowledge. Everyone
Okay.
essentially has a familiar. Those that are travelers, anyway. But in their lifetime, they may not be known. The animal might not meet them. Like, the only way to know that your familiar is the second you make eye contact with it, there's a bond magically made. And just, it's innate in everyone. However, because of the nature of what you are, the second you become one, your familiar is like instantly
Drawn
there.
you.
Like you have it, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's nifty. Mine's dead. Why did I have to die?
So wait, does she tell me all of that?
What?
or does she-
She can tell you in
Yeah.
her own words.
Wow, okay.
She starts tearing up.
I mean, essentially,
Bonus XP for tears.
there's water there. You can come closer. There.
Listening.
I don't need XP though, so it's okay. Yeah, I basically explained that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So now you're in search of a companion, huh?
No.
No.
He was about to change into that raven, that crow, and be like, "I'll be your companion, girl."
What do I mean?
Ah!
I just got one.
You're married.
I'm just gonna sit on the edge when you shower. That's all.
Slower.
Gaia, who's Gaia? My wife? What are you talking about?
Yeah, actually, what can you tell me more about Gaia?
No, that's.
Because I didn't know, or don't remember, that she was my wife. Is my wife. Where is she?
Do I know where she is?
You know where she is.
I know where she. Where is she? I don't know where she is.
Where all those are.
In some sort of plane. Okay,
That's a
I'm
good
gonna roll
guess.
history check.
Sure.
9.
9? You're having a hard time recalling.
She's on a
You know,
plane somewhere.
She's never really good at history in school.
I mean, we already know where she is, though.
That's like my best subject.
No, just making a joke off the top.
You're not there, you're sleeping.
Anyway.
I mean, you're
No,
correct.
I'm
but-
not sleeping.
Oh, you're just.
I'm moving all the
I
bodies.
mean,
Oh, yeah, that's right,
I've
that's right.
told you all I can tell you.
I would say just in you moving bodies, you do see that they're conversating on top.
I wish I could tell you more, but unfortunately, I will lose my abilities if I were to tell you
Okay.
more.
Well, you've been in the inn. I'm sorry. Okay, so is there something you'd like to do in the inn?
No, I'll go help him stack up bodies.
Okay. So in helping him stack up bodies, you do see that they're conversating up top.
Is Atreus still freaking out?
Like,
about
as
that
we're
building
carrying
being
bodies,
on
I
fire?
look over you, I'm like, those two are lazy.
I
We're
think
over here
she's probably
doing all this work.
successfully, like, tamed
Like,
the fire.
I'm trying to make sure
There's
that
not
all the
even
bodies are in
anybody
one
in it, they
area
all
so we can
ran.
possibly
Yeah.
burn
Where
them.
did they run though? If
and
there's a
not
bunch
cause
of elves
infection.
outside.
There were tunnels underneath.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like,
I just want to think that like Atreus.
Those
Maybe we
tunnels?
should go up there and tell them to help us.
Which tunnels?
they have like little trap doors that they had from each.
Yeah,
building
it's
to
not
building.
like as big as.
Yeah, I know. It's like the little like, cupboard tunnel that
a
they're
basement
like,
essentially that all
Yeah.
connects.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to imagine that she's still there, freaking out, like, "Get the people out! Get the people!" And then they all just kind of like walk up behind.
They're all
her.
like behind her and they're
What?
like, yeah, get the people out.
Yeah, come on,
Who's-
guys, help me! Wait.
Where's Franklin? No, I'm joking.
Right here.
Yeah. All right, sorry. So
Big scar.
All right, sorry. So off topic. So Kayla, you go and you start helping them. You see that they're conversating on top.
And I called them lazy. Because we're over here moving all these bodies.
So she comes up to where we are?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay.
All right, continue your conversation.
One second.
Well, there's things that you can tell me, and there are things that you can't, but you've already told me as much as you can. So where do we go?
Yeah, essentially.
So where do we go from here?
Figuring out the right questions.
I mean, I've given away everything now. There's not really a whole lot of rearranging words that'll get out more information. I don't know.
Did you want to do something? I'm sorry. You're smiling like you want to do something. All right.
DM, I would say after the 30 minutes or hour that it takes for me to get like my key points, I'm gonna
Short
get.
rest, right?
Yeah, it's a short
It's about
or
30
long.
minutes.
It has to be at least 30 minutes of
Sure.
meditation to get my
Okay.
key points back. So after that, I will open my eyes, and I will look into the dark abyss, and not be suicidal, not have suicidal thoughts. I'm actually feeling a lot better.
Okay.
So, key points.
Yeah.
Yay! I'm glad you leveled up as I'm not.
Yeah. I feel refreshed, and I'll help them with
Yeah.
the bodies and stuff.
As you wake up to hear the, and you like turn around.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
Then you see Baltimore. He looks at you. He's like, and he goes back and he goes to get another body.
I think I was the first one to be like, I'm gonna assess what's going on and see what I can do to help.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
but
Baltimore.
because you meditated for half an hour.
Do these bodies still explode after they're dead? What
Illyria,
if
you
we had them
seem
all
to know
piled up, and then when the
much
goblins
about
come,
time.
we can like light up?
What can you tell me about my
I mean, from
parents,
what I know,
specifically my mother?
the like they explode on impact, but not all of them have runes on them. So I would imagine, or not on
15?
impact, but on death. So I would imagine that.
I
would imagine
honestly,
that
I am
since
not
they're
familiar with
blowing
your
up right now,
parents
they're
at all.
probably not going to blow up.
Because of the nature of.
Yeah, I don't know.
Burn them.
They've
So that's
got
what I was thinking, to like not cause
protections?
infection,
Who?
but at the same
His parents,
time,
that'd be good. Got a whole
we
nother.
might be able to use these.
That's a whole nother.
It's a whole
Another
nother.
bag of worms there.
Like, because what I was
One of
thinking.
the
Dude,
other
shh.
ones blew up, but it like catch
See
and
what you did
spread
there with
and
the
then it
worms,
would
yeah.
all explode.
No, I think
You
it's
didn't
all the
even
ones
notice you did
that
that.
actually have runes on them. But what I was thinking, maybe if it's possible, like this is a farming community, so clearly they have means to like.
Didn't they already
up?
bury?
We're debating
Like,
what to do with the bodies, whether we want to set them on fire or.
Don't we have a half like trench built too?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's even a half trench. They only worked on it for like a day, maybe two, right?
Well, why not use the
Before I told them
bodies to
stuff.
help, like, make it harder for the other goblins to come? You know, like kind of use their bodies as a barricade.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking.
Are you
At
saying
least-
like
Yeah,
300
but
pile
where?
of bodies?
No, I'm
like
just saying-
wall of bodies.
Yeah, but where? We got the elves out front already protecting them and stuff, and then we just got these big holes.
Yeah,
Well, probably from the lake. They're
the
gonna
elf-
come back up from.
Well, maybe, but I mean, if the elves are coming from, if the elves are covering the west, we could stack all these bodies in front of this east door to make, so if for whatever reason they can get it open, for whatever reason.
Aren't they technically on both sides? Aren't they like protecting the whole outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
but
protecting
I
the
thought it
whole.
was just
It's
the west
four.
side.
It's
Oh, no.
4,000
They have the
people.
majority over there, but they
Yeah.
have the whole. They have the whole town.
What's
Where
that?
are the
Alright.
cavern
The cavern?
But if the
entrances?
worms are pushing them out of the caverns, wouldn't they probably come up where the first goblins came from?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like these holes, as I point over to these massive holes, are big enough for worms to come out of. I don't think we have enough bodies here to actually like block
Or-
anything.
Another thought.
Plus, we kind of want them to come out.
Another thought. We prop the bodies up on the wall all the way around, so that way, if for whatever reason they get through the elves and stuff, it might make it harder for them to hit us because they won't know which body, is the
I'm not.
enemy.
So you want to use decoys? You want to use them essentially as like, if they got arrows and stuff, you
Mhm.
put them next to our actual.
We already know
regular
they have
guy.
arrows. Like they've shot at us before, so we know
Oh
that
yeah,
they
that's
have.
right. Okay, I can see what you're doing.
Just as a distraction.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
What if
seems
we took
to-
it one step further? What if we make all these bodies that are here make it seem like they were successful? And we have like the elves like disperse a little bit or go somewhere and hide, and then when they're all like guards down and think that they've successfully taken over, that's when we actually attack.
And could sort of trap them in the middle of like this area. Like
So
they
I'm
all come
thinking.
in, they think that there's none of us here, so they think that they've taken over. We trap them all in one space, and then Baltimore seems to think that these dead bodies won't explode. Do you think that
Probably not.
they won't?
Probably not.
So
Well,
I mean,
darn.
you think that when the large horde of 4,000 goblins, roughly 1,000 orcs, and this like master tactician orc shows up, they'll be like, oh, our 400 measly goblins got past 4,000 elves, took over the town, and the elves are just letting them have it?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just spitballing ideas. I'm not the idea guys. That was the
I
first
was-
one that I've actually came up with, other than the jewels that I
But what
thought was
if we
clever.
did that with this next wave of goblins coming up from the inside? Not necessarily with the goblins attacking from the outside, but the ones who come in from the cave that don't even know that the elves are standing
I mean,
there
we just-
outside.
We honestly don't know what information they know. 'Cause they got scouts, but they might still not even know the fact that there's even elves here.
How many bodies is there?
Roughly 45.
All I'm saying is, like, we can make it look like the elves, because the Dragonborns left. We can make it look like the elves left too, because maybe they thought it was just the first scout that was coming and nothing else. And then we make it look like they leave. But they're really just like over here for a little bit. Because, I mean, at one point, they knew that it was just us and the townsfolk. So if we make it seem like it's just us and the townsfolk again.
I think it's going to be difficult
Shouldn't
to
we
try to.
focus on one threat at a time?
This
I'm
is the same
under
thing.
the impression that this next goblin wave, coming from the inside, are not going to attack us from the outside where the elves are.
No, I understand that. I'm saying like using all the second wave that comes, and then like once we kill them.
Emerald and
That's when
Illyria,
we make
make
it
a
look like-
perception check.
18.
22.
So you both see this conversation kind of happening down below.
We're on the other side though. 'Cause
Yeah,
we're
but they all see you kind of grouped, kind of talking.
we have all the bodies all here.
Sure.
I mean, over the course of
So,
like an
Illyria,
hour
what
and
do
a
you
half or
think?
whatever.
What should we do? You're the one that talked to these worms.
Well, nothing can come up from where the worms were, because nothing could climb straight up that. Because it's like at least how deep is it straight now?
I would say you would know because you saw the spiders.
Ah,
That's
spiders.
a compliment.
Forgot about the spiders.
Their own holes. How many swords,
So maybe
like
another
weapons,
entrance?
did I altogether did I find? Would it be 45 to match the 45 or?
So I don't have
it'd be
to.
less because some of them use bow and arrows. So I would say maybe 26. I'd say 26 is a good number.
Just random weapons.
Yeah, random like small sword, short sword, daggers, that kind of thing.
How many holes are there? Where the goblins came from?
There's the one massive hole that spans about the whole size of the town, and then there's the little pond area that Rahun was at sometime.
Okay, so here's my idea. So we take the swords, the random short swords and stuff like that. We dig like a not even a foot because they're short swords, right? So not even a foot, and we just stick the blades up all around the small hole, so that way if the goblins come up, they're stepping on blades. And then we take these 45 bodies and we kind of try to surround the large hole to try to make it to where there's really only one way for them to come.
Okay. I'm gonna. We need to focus more on the outside, not the inside.
Where the hell did you
You're
come
not,
from?
You're not there.
What?
Where the hell
said
did
I
you
could
just
hear-
come from?
Look down.
No, I said you could see them having a conversation.
I can't yell to them.
We're on the other side of the town.
Town. You'd have to really yell, and you wouldn't know what we're talking about. I like your
Alright,
idea,
I'll
though.
walk down there then.
Alright, so Emerald, she starts walking down there. Alright, go ahead.
I kind of want to take it a step further.
So I just followed.
We should skin their skin, wear their skin, walk in their cabin.
Crouch.
I
down.
No
think-
joke.
I
Walk
think
into
the cabin!
if you want to
Cody,
make
did
it
we
to
not
where,
do that one time?
yeah, we did.
We what is it? The Ankh eggs? The Ankh eggs?
I think so.
Ankh egg. Anks.
Oh yeah, like
The
yeah.
keg ants. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
like stripped out all their insides, put on like the shells as like their thing, and then we just walked through the tunnel like a like.
Oh my god.
And we got all the way to the mother. We
Yeah.
got all the way to the.
We got
mother.
all the way there. It was pretty good.
All right, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So we lead them into one place, and then whatever other bodies we have left, I say we coat them in like some oil or something, and just light that bitch blaze. We kill 2 birds in 1 stone. We burn all the bodies, so no infection, and
Like
Not only
all the
will
other
they-
goblins.
yeah, not only will it like make them step on the swords, it'll cause them to go one place, and then they're just going into a big explosion of their own. Because these goblins will probably explode
Yeah.
too. So they'll catch on fire, they'll die, and it'll just be one big massive.
Emerald, are you following her?
Yes.
I got plenty of ale. Is ale in this world flammable?
I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah, it's alcohol based, so I would assume it's flammable. So there's many different ways to make ale. So I'm just asking. It's your world too, so I don't know exactly all the mechanics.
I want to see what you're trying to do, but yeah.
What is chemistry?
I was saying.
Yeah, what is yeah? No, I'm saying like yeah, like I'm trying to find out what you're doing, but yeah.
Like I said, I just want to like coat these bodies in the ale and like light it ablaze. Be able to like, I want to know if that would actually work
So
or
you
something.
three see the Lyria coming.
So yeah, I don't know. It's just what I think. Just line them all up, cause fire. They all start exploding.
Could work.
Yeah. Now, if we get them to explode inside the tunnel, it might cause it to like seal
Well,
up.
we would just have to wait for them to like come out.
Well, also if we're trying to get the goblins out of the caverns.
The goblins from the
Two.
caverns are taken care of.
I thought, yeah, until
The
tomorrow.
worms are taking care of all
They're
the
leading them
goblins.
up to us, right?
Been corrected. No, we just need to worry about exterior attacks on the city, so we can join the elves.
So I just
the
sit down on
goblins-
one of the goblins and kick my feet up, and I'm like, well, the elves said they'll take care of that, so.
So the goblins
Then
that
we're good?
they're pushing out of the cavern are coming at us from the outside, not
I'm
from
sure
the
they're just
inside.
gonna eat them all.
So then, I kick one of the
I don't
bodies
have
into
to worry
the
about
hole.
any of the entrances
I
inside the
kick-
city, right? Okay.
So
From
then
what
we
you know
don't
now.
need to.
From what I know now, okay, so backup plans are a good idea.
Well, no, I'm
Just
saying
in
like based on what you know and how it's supposed to play out, there should be none.
Should we do backup plans? Because I don't like the word "supposed to."
Well, I don't even say.
This is a world with
Well, we
real
still-
world things that can
Well, we
happen.
have-
You
the
could
dead bodies
you could
and
say
we
there's
have
like an
swords,
88% chance.
Well, we have the dead bodies and we have the sword, so let's just prepare like they're coming up from the inside and
Or we can just start filling up the holes.
With what?
We have a druid who can create water, who can shift earth. I mean, and we have a whole townspeople of farmers who we can just dig some dirt in there. I don't know, but we can definitely fill up these holes somehow.
Plywood.
or just
It's a joke.
I shout to the other townsfolk in town, hey, has anybody filled up a giant hole before? Does anybody, like, really
You don't
respond?
even see anybody outside.
Ah.
Light
Regardless,
it on fire
it's
and then
just
cover it
2
with-
holes that we have to fill up. It's not that hard to figure out how to fill them up.
If the worms don't eat them, they're causing like disease, like infection or whatnot, to the water source or to the crops or to the land.
So we don't have to worry about goblins coming out of these holes. That's what you're telling us.
We should not have to yet.
And let's just burn the bodies.
Okay. And send them down the hole? No.
No, just burn the
No,
Probably
bodies.
not a good idea.
And then we could put it all in the ditch.
Okay.
That's better in the trench, maybe. Wouldn't it be better outside?
Yes, for sure.
Sure. Let's do that. I levitate all of the. No, I'm just kidding.
Baltimore, do you have a problem with this plan?
I just don't know what we're doing. I'm still confused on what we're doing.
I mean,
Are
they're
we
all
preparing
like
for an
stacked up
attack?
against the east gate.
Yeah. Are we keeping them here?
I mean,
Are
I
we
don't-
setting them on
I
fire?
don't think it hurts to be prepared for an attack from the inside. Since
Yeah.
we have the swords and we have the bodies to be prepared.
I mean,
And then if they don't attack from the inside, then the elves will take care of them outside and then we can burn the bodies and put their body like
Okay, so then what are we doing with the bodies now? We're just leaving them on the
I
east
think
We
that we
have-
should just line the large hole with it, like I said.
in
kind
case
of.
we should light them up later.
Yeah, I mean they'll still be coated, so either way, like
But-
whether we burn them now or whether we burn them later, they're still inevitably gonna get burned.
Yeah. But I don't think we have enough bodies to fill the big hole. I think we can do it to the smaller one.
I'm not saying to fill it. I'm saying to surround the outside.
No, that's what I mean. I don't think we have enough to surround the whole outside.
How
and keep
big
them
is this
like
big hole?
huge. It's big enough for 2 worms to come out of.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 105, 200.
All right, never mind. Stop.
You see what I'm saying?
About 120 feet across.
All right.
So I
So I mean, with now that knowledge, then we can't. It's either one or the other.
so then I think we line them up on the smaller one, and then we keep our main focus on the bigger one.
I don't see why not.
Because if we make it to where we don't have to like worry about the small ones so much.
Right.
So we
then
just
at least we can focus our attentions without them
On the-
coming at us
we
from
can-
behind.
Yeah, exactly.
we can implement both on the small one. We can make this wall of bodies and then funneling out in a specific direction, and then put the knives in that specific direction. So we're forcing them to come up through one way, and then they're stepping on knives as they're going through.
Okay. Yeah, but I definitely agree with that. I think we should definitely have it to where we're forcing them to go a certain direction.
Yeah.
What we should probably do is try and make it to where their own direction leads them to like a dead end. Like literally it goes into one of those walls, so they have like just nowhere to go. And then we can eventually just, while they're all dying or blowing up,
Yeah.
or we can light them on fire and then they're just trapped.
Okay. So I pick up a body and I start moving them.
I started helping.
Alright, so over the course of the next... Emerald, do you help?
Sure.
Over the course of probably about maybe 3 hours.
I stop Emerald for a second. I'm like, Emerald, you need to go figure out how to fill up these holes. Once we're done with all this. No offense. I'm not saying like because you're the druid. I'm saying because of the fact that we need somebody to be talking to the townspeople and trying to figure out a way to do that. So I figured you can do that since you're a little more older and it takes you a little bit longer to move bodies. That we can focus on this and you focus on a different task.
You think any of these townspeople know how to get any amount of water into a big hole? They couldn't help put out the fire in this house.
That's why I'm asking you to go figure that out. I'm asking you to like go talk to people and see what you can do and figure out what. That's all. I'm not saying you have to find the solution. Just
Is there any sort of stream or
these
river?
are farm people. I feel
Is
like
there
they
any
filled up
river around
holes
here?
before.
Is there any...
When I do my reconnaissance, did I see any type of body of water that could feed into these holes?
No, you did not.
So I tell
Where
that
did
cast.
the water come from beforehand?
The woman.
As far as I'm concerned, this entire town is magical. At least that's what we've learned.
You know, it doesn't have to be water. Literally, we just need to fill it up with something.
Where's the woman?
Emerald, make a history check for me.
Okay.
I look over at Larry. I'm pretty sure all they really cared about was like just making sure this thing's sealed up and away from their caverns, right?
No, they wanted water. They asked where the water went.
But did they ask specifically that it got put
17.
back?
Yes.
17. You do remember that the water that you were going through was salt water, not fresh water.
Where's this lady who was giving it water?
Gone.
What?
I do remember that the water was salt water, not fresh water. So I'm not exactly sure how that can help us.
The lady with the townspeople?
No, she's gone.
Like a real person.
You know that for sure?
Yes.
Probably not.
I went into the well house to find where she was and everything. Yeah, she's gone.
But did you check with the townspeople? I'm gonna go
Over
to
the
find
course of a couple
the
hours, we-
townspeople.
Okay.
What was this lady's name? No? Okay. I'm just gonna go.
I really don't know.
Do we even know?
She never, I don't think she ever told me personally what
Ashara.
her.
Her name is Ashara.
There you go.
Cool. I'm gonna go on a hunt. I'm gonna do a history check on this Ashara person. Not nat 20.
I'm gonna go ask the townspeople how we can fill these holes. That's what she said.
All we know is she's the shape changer and she's not allowed to leave the town.
So she's here somewhere. Or she's dead.
Or the thing that was binding her was the water place itself, and now that all the water's gone, she doesn't have anything binding her here.
I don't like the sound of that.
But that's what I'm saying. I've gone to the water well, where she would normally be, where she can't leave, checked to see if there was any of those emeralds and jewels and stuff, and everything in there is gone.
Everything was gone.
The bookshelf doesn't work. Nothing. All of it's gone. That's why I'm saying I don't think she's with the townspeople. I think whatever drained this lake and then whatever magic ability was on it after it got drained, it's gone, and she's not tethered here anymore.
You prove a good point.
And I'm pretty sure, but if I was in prison for years and years, and I finally got free, I'd be out of there in a split second.
Okay, babe. Knowing that she's
Well, that being
you say,
said,
babe?
wasn't there?
Yes.
knowing that she's
It's Dungeon Master after 95.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Emerald, what are you saying?
That being said, wasn't that water being held there magically anyway? Because we went underneath it.
Yeah, but at one point it actually had water, too. So I'm thinking, like, once it finally was fully drained of that water, and, like, all the creatures came out, I think that's, like, whenever they were coming out, they did something and broke that tether.
But there's no magical source to hold any type of anything in there.
knowing
That's
that
what
she's
I'm saying.
a
That's why
shape
I'm saying
changer, can I cast
I need you to go
Primeval
figure out with
Awareness
these farms
on her?
people who
With
are
that limited
farmers, who
knowledge?
work with the land, how to
what's
get this sealed
What's
up.
that state?
It says that it doesn't tell me how many, but I can like sense a certain creature within a certain radius. Let me look up the.
She wasn't imprisoned, so she'll be around here somewhere.
Okay, she had a
She was
contract.
technically employed, right?
Or like honor bound.
That's just fancy words for saying yes, she was imprisoned.
What's primeval?
I'm trying to look up the.
So we get the bodies stacked in a way that it
Yeah, as
funnels
you guys
them
are
towards
talking,
the
you guys
wall.
are like,
I mean, they're talking about this, and I'm still doing whatever. And
I'm
then-
helping you.
And I'm also we also get the knives dug too.
It says I can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile, up to 6 miles, if I'm in my favorite terrain, which I'm not.
what's your favorite terrain?
Forests, mountains, and grasslands too. Forests, mountains,
Yes,
grasslands.
you are in your favorite terrain.
Okay. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. This feature doesn't reveal the creature's location or number, it just tells me if there is one within a certain proximity. But all I know about her is that she's a shape changer. Is that
I mean, you could just do it at any time just to see if there's any of that in the area.
right?
So are you
But I'm
saying?
trying specifically to see if she is in.
Well, you can't do it for specifically her because you
No.
don't know what she is, but you can do it just based to see if there's anything around.
Okay, then I'm just gonna cast Primeval Awareness. But I thought that before you told me I had to like specifically pick something.
Am I standing right next to her in this
So
process?
in just general, I can cast it and you can tell me.
Oh, I'm looking for it right now.
Because I thought you told me before.
Beginning
I
at
had to,
3rd level,
pick-
you can use your action and expend 1 spell slot to
Right.
focus your awareness on the region around you. For 1 minute per level of the spell slot expended, you can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within the mile. No, so you can you get all of these.
Okay, so I cast Primeval Awareness.
Completely surrounding us everywhere.
So there's no aberrations. There's no celestials.
Just text her, man.
Damn it. Yes, there are celestials. Yes, there are celestials. Yes, there is a dragon.
Wait, does this tell her exactly what creature, or she just feels that there's an evil
Since you
around?
sense the following types of creatures.
Okay.
And this is within 6 miles.
So you know
this
that
is,
there are
like,
celestials,
close.
dragons, fays, and fiends
Holy shit.
within a mile.
Within a mile?
Did you say dragon?
Well, no, within 6 miles. 'cause then
Nobody
I'm
knows that except for her. So. Oh, within 6 miles of what?
Within 6 miles because
Okay.
I'm inside my favorite
Shit. All right,
terrain.
hold on. Give me a second.
One
Celestials.
mile.
Okay, yeah. So celestials, dragons, elementals,
Fae, fiends.
fays, fiends. There's no undead. Not within 6 miles.
So everything but the undead.
And aberration.
And
An
aberration.
No, that's not.
Dude.
Wait, you said there's no aberration?
What?
No aberrations, no undead.
Or
She tells us this.
Everything else.
My suicidal thoughts come back.
So I relay this information. So, within 6 miles of us, there are celestials, dragon, fae, fiends, and elementals.
Are you able to
Alright,
locate
what's
exactly
your
where
point?
they are?
No, I can't locate exactly where they are. I just know that they're within 6 miles.
Feel what direction. Can you cast? Are you a ranger?
Yes.
Can you cast Hunter's Mark on one of them with this?
No,
No, it has
you have
to
to
be
see
within
it.
vision.
Okay, what's your point? I'm sure there's a lot of things out there. on the outside of these walls.
Okay, well, we
Like-
know that she's
Do you feel anything within the walls?
more than likely
Would I
higher.
sense?
I just
that
know
I
it's
would be
within
the
6
thief?
miles.
I mean,
I was attempting
Might be
to
like,
see
would
if I
that be an
could
educated
might be
figure
guess, yeah.
out if the
Okay.
lady at the watermill is still inside the town. But to be honest, I don't know what she is aside from being a shape changer.
And
So.
I'm
Okay,
Yeah.
but like,
Like she's the dragon.
okay, so like, can't you just like start moving closer to
So
it?
I like get the message, but I'm like not
Ooh.
announcing that out loud.
Are
I'm
you
like,
She
allowed
says,
to use
"Ooh."
just a mile?
She says, "Ooh."
Can you lower it to just a mile and
I
then
have
like
no idea.
walk around
Dungeon Master.
and see like?
That's
if
what I'm
she
saying. Like, can she like?
disappears? Can we play hot cold with this?
I mean, I guess we could if we go like.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Can you like go into the tavern and see if you feel it in there still, or like? Because I feel.
I'll say for the nature of the spelling, it says, or within up to 6 miles if you are in favored terrain.
But
So
it
I will say
doesn't
because it says up to, I will say that you can lower it. You can project it to
Pinpoint a
1 to 6 miles.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes it. So I want to know specifically then what's within like.
Just 1 mile,
Mile.
which you already
1
told
mile.
her.
Which I already said, which is within 1 mile, is celestial dragons, fays and fiends,
And then.
and then anything past that is elementals.
Okay. So I get her message, and I kind of like blank stare at you. Like, excuse me.
You finish
What?
your conversation. You finish your piece, and you notice she's like just staring.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
But I
waving my
haven't
hand in
announced
front of you.
this
Hello,
Out loud yet.
Cass.
I'm gonna put
Alright,
my
whatever.
hand on your
This is
shoulder.
all
Not
useless.
like
You
so
two figure it out.
like
I
your
just continue
reason.
helping you, Baltimore. I'm done talking.
I think we're done. We got the nice berry too and everything.
Yeah. Took you about 3 hours, but you guys are there.
Drink.
So, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Drink. Go back to the tavern and wait.
Everyone, you want?
No, he needs to figure out how to fill up these holes.
Okay.
Oh no, I was gone talking to people.
Cool,
Remember?
cool.
You
So-
guys were doing that for 3 hours. I went around and interviewed.
I do need to rest. So.
In your interviews, nobody knows shit about how to get water in the water.
I meant to ask.
So I come back and I report.
So you come back to the tavern and you find Rahoon and Baltimore at the inn.
My meditation, considering I use it as a short rest, do I get any hit dice back?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can use your
The 1d8 or the 1d5 plus my. All right, I'll do the barbarian because I'll get more off that.
Yeah, so I'll just go back. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna have a couple of drinks.
You see Emerald.
See Emerald
You can
walk
talk
in.
to him if you want.
He says nobody knows anything. Alright, well, I have a lot of spell slots expended. I could use some rest. So
Okay.
it's what, like roughly 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go take a rest.
I think I'll join you, my
Would
friend.
this concept, like this roughly half hour to hour that we're eating and having a couple of drinks, would that be part of the
Short rest?
long
Or
long
2,
rest?
yeah. So you want to do the 6 hours of rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have 2 hours of non.
So
That works.
that hour I'll go up to my room, and then I'm just gonna meditate for an hour, and then
Okay.
I'll go to sleep.
Any particular like thing you're doing for the meditation, or I was about to say medification. Is that a word? Medification?
Manifestation? You mean?
No.
I should make that a word. Medification. That sounds cool, doesn't it?
Medification?
Yeah.
It seems like you're
Okay.
like somebody did something meta and you got the facts of why it's meta.
Exactly.
Medification.
We should
That's-
do that. I don't
that's
know.
certified medification.
You're like, did you just meta?
Continue with it.
I wanna try to meditate and see if I can just hear the voices inside and just see if the two of them are still fighting it out internally.
Demon handling.
Also, when I did my roll earlier before we started, did anything happen? Do I notice anything? Like
Of what?
that D6 that I rolled earlier before we started the session.
Oh, don't worry.
Did
About
like anything happen? Do I
Don't worry
notice
about
anything? Like,
It's pretty good.
does anybody else notice
worry
anything
about
about me?
26.
26. You do hear like what's like the murmurs and You don't hear any specific words, but you hear murmurs and almost as if they're having a conversation.
But I don't understand the conversation. So, yeah, so that'll happen.
Actually, with a 26, I would say you would.
I mean, I rolled a natural 19.
Do you know deep speech?
Oh. I know Abyssal and Infernal.
Alright.
Like underground.
So you
Do I recognize that language though?
No. Alright. So you hear them having a conversation, but it's not in a language you understand.
Got it. Yeah.
So, but you yourself, you don't want to push too far because you don't want them to seize control.
Yeah. So then I'll just I'll go rest.
Okay.
Then.
So you go rest. Emerald?
I'm also resting.
Resting.
But before I rest, I would like to make a quick prayer to my wife.
Okay. What would you like to pray?
Who am I?
Where did you go?
Make me a sandwich! Make it appear before me!
What is my purpose? And did I piss you off? I'm sorry.
What kind of diamonds do you have?
Hello, honey.
I know you're mad at me.
It's been a while since we talked. So, if you could just do me a favor and just kind of watch out for this rowdy group and maybe give me a sign if you're still out there.
Immediately you see what seems to be like a plant on the desk begins to take shape and bloom.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's so good to hear from you again. Hopefully we can have more of a conversation later on in the future once we meet up again. But it's so nice to see your smile. So thank you so much. And yeah, just watch out for us. Talk to you soon.
Sweet. Aww. I go rest.
Is this in his room or is
Yeah,
this?
this is in his
I
room,
was
yeah.
gonna say it's like this is something that's like in public. I go up and I crush the flower.
No,
Oh,
it's in his room.
I don't know. I'm downstairs still drinking.
Alright, so you guys go outside and what? You guys you come inside?
Yeah, I'm gonna go rest. Yeah.
Alright, so you're...
Oh wait, no, we're gonna go try and find this dragon.
I don't know what you're doing.
Any of my
right.
companions who come into this tavern,
We're gonna
I'm just
walk-
like I'm
we're-
trying to offer them a drink because I'm bored.
Alright.
We're gonna walk around the town and try to find out which mile this dragon's located in.
There's a dragon.
No, you don't know this.
She
Oh.
was telling me.
Okay, I thought she like walked in and was just like, "We're gonna go find the dragon." And be like,
Peace,
"Wait,
guys.
what?"
BRB. Dragon time.
Okay. So you just walk around the...
So once we're out of earshot of the other guys, do you want them to know if there's a dragon around? You chose to message me, so I wasn't. You know.
I mean, there's not really any reason for them not to know, but some of them get kind of aggressive, and I feel like they might attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that you were diplomatic with those
I take offense.
with those words.
offense
You're
by
not
that.
attacking them. The first thing. So, how do you know that Ashara's a dragon?
I just,
She can't
The
tell
way
you.
you know.
I can't
her
tell you.
name. Is she?
the DM
I'd
told
love
me.
to tell you, but I would have to kill you.
Do you know if she's free from her contract to the town now? Because
I feel like
I was under the impression that she was bound to like the service of Atreya's family.
I feel like it's more of a lifelong contract. Would that be accurate?
So would she be an enemy
not
as
really
a dragon? Is she
just like a
some-
lifelong bounding.
It's not even bounding.
It's just honor. It's servitude towards the family.
Yeah. So it's not really
so,
like
so
a.
she's not
It's
an
not
enemy
really an
then.
entity. No.
She's okay. Do you
Need to
think
find
she's
her.
in dragon form right now?
Well, she's on the ground though. At least.
And how large is the city? Is it smaller than a mile?
It's approximately 160 feet.
How many feet are in a mile then? I don't do math.
A lot. Like 3,000.
More than that.
It's like 3,800 something.
So 5,280.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so we at least search the town first to see if she does loop around the whole town.
It's gonna always have the town.
Always have the town. So we have to go outside. Okay. I'm gonna teleport us.
If you have the spell slots.
Yep. I'm gonna teleport us.
Well, how are you gonna do it? You're just gonna grab her and teleport?
I'm gonna talk to her first. Alright. Be like, so I can teleport us just once out. And then we can come back once.
Okay,
I've
so we're
got
just
one
gonna go
two
on cast
teleportation
Primeval
left.
Awareness again and see if she's. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Do I notice anybody new? A lot of people have been showing up and disappearing, so I just want to know if there's any.
We're gonna
No,
go on
no,
top
it's
of the
just-
wall to choose a location to.
Sure.
So I wanted so are the elves like evenly distributed?
The majority of them are toward the west,
Okay.
and then it's distributed all around the
So
side.
I'm gonna teleport to the east.
Okay. So how far can you travel?
I'm just in the tavern drinking, I guess. Are they still charging me for the ale and stuff like that? Because at this point, like after today,
I mean, they don't really care.
after today, I'd just go behind the bar myself and grab it.
They probably wouldn't stop it.
Okay.
Not that there's anybody there anyway.
Yeah. Figured. It's like,
I mean, but you do notice that they're on the last 3 bottles.
that's fine. I'll take all 3.
Hold on, this is so long.
Oh, there's more to this spell.
A lot of shit to this spell.
Yeah, I like this.
The one that transports you?
Yeah.
So you can see within range. Okay,
So
Alright.
yeah, within a mile I can do a mile.
do it.
But
And let's do this little chart here. I kind of like it. You should consult this table. The table is very nice.
Oh, the mishaps and
I
stuff.
mean,
like
I have
that,
a D100. I can actually
Oh, it's okay.
use
I have
it.
my own too. And it
They
says
never
that
get
the
to
DM rolled a D100.
For
Don't let him roll it.
holy moly.
Do not.
Come on, right?
No, don't let him roll that. I'm saying don't give him your dice and have him touch it and roll it. They will be cursed after that.
I mean, if you roll it, it doesn't count because it says I have to roll it.
So cocked, it didn't even land on anything.
So, are we doing this?
It's a 9. It's not cocked at all. Honey, learn to roll.
Now it's cocked.
Are we doing this?
That was evil, is what you did.
DM's talking to you.
Yeah, we gonna do this. What we get? So I got a 74.
No, you got a 9.
While you're deliberating, I tell her, also later, for scouting purposes, I can cast Beast Sense and I can send Corvus up. And take a look through his eyes, kind of see what he sees.
Okay. A little bored.
You go check what the elves are doing.
I can always just do a teleportation circle.
For that, you need to have another teleportation circle that you're going to. So you teleport out. And you're not quite exactly where you wanted to be.
How close am I?
You're probably about about 120 feet off.
No, it's not bad.
But
Can do
you're in the
that.
woods. So now you're in the woods.
Off to the woods. Okay.
You check on the elves as you kind of open the gate.
No, I'll go up on the wall.
Oh yeah, they're all just there. Some of them have kind of like switched out. You can tell like some of them are eating. It seems like it's kind of casual down a little bit.
I want you to
But
start.
there's still a guard. Like there's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
a-
okay. I'm just up. keep the perimeter check, I guess. I'm
Go into a mile.
super bored.
Kind of go in and out. See where-
Sharpen my axes. Do a perimeter check. What are the townsfolk doing?
Now, how long is the duration?
It looked like they were holding up in all one building. Now they've seemed to kind of come out and assess the situation, see what's going on. They see it, they kind of see it. They laugh, or they don't laugh, but they wave.
Yeah, all right.
I didn't know what to say. I guess.
Sorry about that building, the one that's still smoldering
Yeah,
on
they're,
fire.
yeah, they're just.
It's been like, what, 2 minutes?
I don't know what Achaya was doing as I look at her.
No, I just cast it again a level 1.
She's like, shut up, man.
Unless I don't set buildings on fire. Yeah, keep checking out the holes.
Yeah, that was the only
Perception,
spell I cast
anything?
today.
Do I hear anything coming out? Like, nothing? What's Emerald doing?
He's sleeping.
He is sleeping.
I work out.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna just
he's
work
like
out.
he's like on the top. He's like, oh yeah, baby.
I'm taking like benches, anything that has any weight, and I'm like bench pressing it literally, like push-ups, crunches. Like I am so bored.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You teleport a mile out.
And then I cast Primeval Awareness again.
Okay.
First level, but 2 miles.
2 miles, so you get the same thing.
Same thing.
can
Except
she
this time elementals.
can
'cause I
she switch it like within the same minute to a mile?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I go down to a mile again.
Phase and fiends are gone. Elementals are gone. Celestials are gone. Dragon's still there.
Dragon is the only thing I sense.
Okay, cool. So she's in this direction. Sweet. So what was her name again?
Ashara.
So the dragon, what else is still within the mile?
Nothing else. Within
Nothing
2
else.
miles, it was phase, fiends, elementals. And then within
But
1
nothing
mile.
within a mile. Okay. So I'm gonna yell out Ashara.
No response. The only response you get is the crickets beginning to start as the dawn takes dusk.
Can I say Ashara and Draconic? Or is it the same either way? It's kind of a weird question. It's a name.
Draconic.
So I'll say Ashara and Draconic.
I'll do the same.
Any response?
Oh.
Okay, so I tell her that we should, fan out in different directions and look for her.
Okay. Should I be stealthy? I'll be stealthy.
No, just try not to leave. We won't leave like more than 1,000 feet.
Well, I'll go this direction.
Okay, I'll go west, you go east.
Okay. So,
And that probably takes like 5 minutes, and then we'll come back.
make perception checks. Both of you.
Natural one.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess after my workout, I'll go back into the tavern. I'm gonna set up the 2 mugs, the 2 refillable mugs. I'm gonna take a bear totem necklace that I have. I'm just gonna put it around the other mug that's filled up and be like, yeah. And I'm just gonna be like, hey Otis, it's been a while. Yeah, I still remember him.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
20, not natural.
20 not natural.
Good, because I got that one.
So you guys went opposite directions, right?
I went east.
She went east, I went west.
So you vaguely hear. You hear the release. You hear. Fire! And then you hear what sounds to be just arrows release. Unfortunately, you did not hear. You did not hear them come up on you, but you do hear fire as release of arrows go at you.
Mage armor.
It's gonna be the elves unknowingly.
Natural 20, natural 20, 17, and 6.
I cast mage armor as a reaction, which is where.
So does the 17 hit?
Hold on, I need to find out. I need to find the mage armor. Okay. So no.
No, so the natural crits hit.
Oh, the 71.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is that right? So 32 points of piercing damage from the 2 arrows that hit critically. And as you turn around, you see that there looks to be a small scouting party of goblins, led by a very scrawny orc.
I cast fireball.
Okay, go ahead.
What is that?
What, no
They need
diplomacy
to
this
make
time?
dex save. No, they attack me. Dex saves.
19, 17, and 15. Oh, wait, sorry. Natural 1 and 15.
19 would be the only one who saves.
19 is the only one that saves. Alright, go ahead, roll.
Damage.
26?
Yeah.
Okay. They all just, you just hear, ah!
Yeah. Don't piss me off. So
You
I
hear
run
this.
back over to her.
Lyra, are you okay?
I'll be fine. Ran into some goblin. Wait, did she get attacked or no? She just heard my attack.
No, I heard them yell fire and shoot arrows.
Okay. Last fireball.
You're gone too soon, Otis. You're gone too soon. This one's for you, Big Blue.
So I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on us.
Sure.
Very quiet.
Both of you roll perception check.
I totally pretend I'm having a conversation between Otis and Randall and myself.
Sure.
21.
Natural 1.
And these are for the stealth check?
That was a perception that you told us to
Perception.
roll.
Here, I'll roll for.
Yeah, stealth.
Well, I said Pass Without Trace. That's not really the same thing, is it?
Well, you get plus 10. Pass that trace is just good. You don't have to roll for it.
Oh.
So,
Stealth is.
you just roll stealth and then add 10 to it. You just have to use up your spell slot for pass that trace. I got not nat 20 for stealth.
21 for stealth.
And what was the perception?
Natural 1.
21.
You notice that off in the distance there's 2 owl bears that are like,
Owl bears.
yeah.
We're just gonna hang out. Okay. So I'm gonna say we should probably head back and look for her again tomorrow.
BJ, is there something you needed, man?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, so
You
I'm
look like
gonna
you were
make
trying to say something.
the teleportation circle inside the tavern still good, right?
As far as you know.
Okay. So I'm gonna make a teleportation circle.
I believe that requires time.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Pass that trace is longer than that. It's an hour, so
You have a precious gem that has 50 gold?
Yeah.
You do?
oh yeah. I went and acquired everything for all of my spells.
Is that so?
Yep.
Is it written down?
Yep. Other spell materials, and then I literally have a huge list of spell materials.
Is there one that says a gem with
A
50
gem.
gold pieces? Worth 50 gold pieces?
I mean, I've got a bunch of gems.
Sounds good to me. So you make a teleportation circle. Make a perception check. As the sun is slowly going
16.
down. 16.
Perception.
9.
9. So you complete the teleportation circle.
And I use it to go to the tavern with both of us.
All right. Last perception check. Go ahead.
Nat 20.
So as you begin the ritual to do the teleportation circle, you're about finished. As the sun is going down across the tree line, you can't help notice, but it seems to be like almost like a very shimmering twinkle amongst the treetops. It almost like changes, almost like fractures or reflects light.
Okay.
You finish.
Can I message it?
You can attempt.
Okay. And just be like, can you bring the water back?
I don't know what the nature of that is. So it says that you have to point your finger toward a creature within range. I'm gonna say because you don't know it's a creature.
Wouldn't I though?
I just said.
Can
that
I
you just know.
attempt it? If it's a creature, it gets the message.
Randall, you're drunk. Otis, don't worry about him. He's just a crazy drunk who talks to himself
I'll
all
let
the
it
time.
fly. So you ask, can you fill it? You hear a very soft voice. I cannot.
Fuck. Sorry. Fudge.
You hear her say.
Excuse me? And we teleport.
Shoo! And you're back in the inn. So you guys are standing in the teleport. She's like looking around, and then she goes, "Fuck!" And then you're back. You see them You see the teleportation circle activate.
What they see then is I'm at a table. There is 2 mugs filled with ale that are untouched. The 2 other bottles or whatever they hold their ale in sitting next to those mugs, not being touched. While I'm single, just drinking out of this canister filled with ale and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, that's a good one, man. That's a good. Randall, shut up! Ale's piss poor. I'm just literally talking to myself. But I have the bear, like, tell him over one of the ales and stuff like that, and I see you guys. Hey, guys! Enjoy the party! I, like, offer ale.
She's not able to fill the tunnels back up. We have to find a different way.
Who's not able?
Who's not able to fill what?
Shara.
Who's a Shara?
You spoke to her?
Very end there, yeah.
Shut up, Randall. Nobody would want to get with you anyway.
Well,
Yeah, Otis, you're bigger than me. Ooh.
Is Emerald there?
No, he's in his bed.
Okay. Well, I
But you
say
girls
we
fine?
come back to it in the morning. Go there.
We have so much of the day left, though.
What
Come
time is
drink
it?
with me.
What time is it?
At this point, I would say probably 8 o'clock ish.
Yeah.
PM?
Yeah, PM.
Let's say we go to bed and figure this out in the morning.
How long has it been since I've been sleeping?
might as well get rested.
About 2 hours.
I think I'm gonna get up for a late night beer and then go back to bed.
So as you guys get there, Emerald's coming down the stairs.
Emerald! Buddy! Come join the party.
Oh,
Randall's here. Otis is here. You remember them?
So I'm gonna go up to Emerald and just be like, we need to find some sort of way to fill up the caverns with water. The lady is no longer able to. The Ashara woman.
Who's Ashara?
Big surprise there.
The lady at the watermill.
Oh, that's her name. Okay.
Well, the
Shut up,
best
you didn't know
I can
either.
do
Talking to
is
nobody.
10 gallons of clean water or rainfall in a
Or-
30-foot.
We could find a decanter of endless water,
What do you think? Because you're sleeping.
use it as a geyser,
No business.
just fill up the water.
Wait
What
a
the
second.
hell are you even talking about?
Didn't you
It's a
say there were two
endless-
geysers at the
what?
end of the
Like an
last
endless
thing
mug?
that
I had one of those.
completely forgot about?
The sound was like.
You
two
do,
geysers.
huh?
Both of
The
these
worms.
are endless, but they won't work because they're outside the place
26.
that they come from. But they are endless.
Oh, well, they don't work.
Wait a minute. When I was there last time, that was salt water. So wouldn't that water have to come from some larger body of water?
Unless it was magical, but we could possibly find someone who knows the area and see if there's some sort of large body of water. I don't know. If you don't want to get attacked by the worms, we need to find a way to refill the tunnels with water.
Oh, 100%. I'm just not really sure, since there are no larger bodies or smaller bodies of water near us. I mean, unless we collected and funneled rainwater down there, I don't know how that's gonna work.
Can't. I'm a little drunk. Sorry. Can't you fly in the sky and see if there's like any lakes or bodies of water around us, and then maybe we can make a different tunnel that leads to that
I
one.
mean, yeah, I could try that. I'll have to try it tomorrow.
Or if there's any
Right.
sort of river. I mean, that's not salt water, but we could like divert the water source. To
Well, it doesn't matter if it's solid or fresh.
Does it matter if it's salt or fresh? I'm gonna do a history check on those kaiju things. 21. They don't care? Cool.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Could we dig further for water?
Doesn't Atreya know this area? Maybe she knows something about this land?
Well, we'll find out tomorrow.
Yep.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Nope. That is definitely not our show. Our show is Epic Interactions. We have nothing and no part or correlation with Dragon Ball Z. So anybody who might be working with them, don't sue us.
So, next time on Epic Interaction.
There you go. Anybody want to
So,
drink? Or Otis and Randall drink
So
all
what
of
does
it?
everybody do?
Bed.
So you go to bed. Go to bed.
I have a few more drinks.
Oh, I'm still-
Drinking, and then you go to bed.
What is he drinking? I have the last 3 bottles of ale, and one's for Randall and one's for Otis.
Alright, so you're not giving him any? No.
He
Alright,
didn't ask.
there's no ale.
That's fine. I'm just having a drink of something.
Okay, so for the two ladies, you guys go upstairs. You guys start heading down to your rooms. I want you guys to make a perception check for me, please.
Okay, guys, don't famine out.
Dice don't famine out. Dice don't famine out.
12.
Twelve?
Not 20.
No, not 20. As both of you walk by a room, you hear the sound of almost like static, like clack, like the clacking of almost like lightning, if you will, and the sound of a fire flicker.
Fire, flicker, crack.
Like the flickering of fire.
Is there, is it a wooden door?
Yeah.
There's slats that I can see through?
No, there's no light.
No, just like, it's, crack.
You mean like a side of the door?
Some are like 2 4x4s side by side.
Anywhere.
Like-
Are there any cracks and I can see inside?
You try it. Go for it.
What
How
is
about
that?
the keyhole on the doorknob?
Or do an investigation.
Have it- Investigation. 23.
So you put your eyes in between the cracks, and you see what seems to be a winged beast on a bed.
Doing what?
It's just not moving. just
History
laying
check.
there.
9.
This is not part of anything you know.
I'm gonna like tell her to look inside and see if she recognizes.
You know this is Baltimore's room.
Oh, okay. I was just about to be like,
So I kind
I'm
of
gonna message you and be like, do you know what that is?
So I look inside.
Make an investigation check with advantage. You have
With
advantage.
advantage.
What did you say? Investigation.
Yeah.
20.
20. You see the same thing. It seems to be some kind of winged beast on the bed.
Knowing it's Baltimore's room, does it like look like Baltimore's turned into something, or like?
You can't
like, do I
tell
get a
just
sense
from a
that
crack.
This is Baltimore, or is Baltimore not in the room?
You cannot tell because it's a crack.
Can I see any eyes?
No.
I'm gonna message you. Should we knock? I'm gonna knock.
Okay. So you knock. No answer.
Try the room.
You try the room. No.
It opens.
Mhm.
What do I see?
So you see, he's like, So now before
glad I'm
you,
I'm glad I'm downstairs.
now before you, in the bed of what seems to be Baltimore's room, you both see this. The same size as Baltimore, but the armor. Well, you don't sleep in armor. Actually, you do sleep in armor. You specifically sleep in armor for whatever reason.
No, it's because Rahun, the last time I took it off, Rahun damn near cut my head off.
Well, you wear all plate mail, right?
Yeah.
Then you shouldn't be getting full rest. It's
But-
literally difficult to sleep with full plate mail on. It's
But I'm used to it because I've slept with it all the time.
Yeah. It's
Either
part
way,
it's part
doesn't
of
matter.
it. Yeah. So sorry. So you see that his plate mail is like a dark red, blood red. His skin is almost like a pale red. You can almost you see what looks to be leather-like wings that kind of come out from his back, and just kind of, they're not like folded, they're actually laid out on either side of the bed. He has like 2 horns that are like coming out. His hair is now pitch white. In one hand, you see that his arm has almost created a second arm in one hand, or one arm. His right hand holding what seems to be a whip, but the whip is on fire, just laying on the side of the bed. The second hand seems to just be there, but it has
burning.
no, it has like runes all on its fingers, all like what looks to be tattoos of some sort. Now his left hand, now coming up on the bed. Both of you see this. What you saw was, Baltimore's head. You still see his facial features, still what looks to be asleep. But as you come up and approach the bed, you notice that there is now another head also coming up here. Also sleeping. Sorry, that's the wrong.
Do I notice any of
His
this?
demon forms come out when he's sleeping, and I'm messaging all of this to you.
I've never seen him in this form before, but he's warned me.
Have you seen him
Do
sleep
I
before?
notice them?
No.
I've seen him sleep.
You're
before,
downstairs
but
sleeping.
never, like,
Or you're downstairs drinking. They're upstairs.
The only
I'm just
thing
seeing if I
I've
see
ever seen
Cass,
is
like,
his
standing
light
outside
is
his room or
armor
something.
No, they went
turned
inside the
red.
room.
Okay.
And his eyes turn red, at which point he's warned me to get away from him, but I've
Hold
never
on.
seen him.
So the second head is out, and it looks almost identical to Baltimore. However, this one almost has like a muzzle to it. Is it a muzzle?
Snout.
Snout. Thank you. Has a snout to it. Pointed ears, no hair. Also, what seems to be asleep. Now his left hand is the one that's holding what looks to be a sword, and the sword is just sheer lightning, just crackling and there.
Okay, so I'm gonna take like a really good mental image. Would that be like an investigation check?
I mean, no. All right, so you just take a mental image.
Well, because I'm gonna go back to my room and like draw it.
Okay.
Using our combined memories, can we go and do this together?
Roll d20, just straight.
17.
15.
17, 15. Okay. So you guys are going to leave.
So we're gonna like slowly back up and close the door, and then go to one of our rooms.
As you go to leave,
I'm not taking my eyes off of it. I'm
Like
backing
backing
out.
out of the room.
yeah, no problem. As he's just kind of laying there, you guys back up, and there's a moment where one of the heads, the right head, shifts over. It's Baltimore's head, and you hear a voice that you've never heard before. Don't leave. As the eyes flash open, just straight white.
Why not?
Huh?
I reply.
Oh, you reply, why not?
Jesus.
Oh, we're actually going to stop there. So, we appreciate you guys staying with us if you guys are there. I don't know if was anybody on there? Anybody? Is anybody messaging or whatnot? I know sometimes you message people, but
Keep murder us.
yeah. So, anyway, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great night. We will be here next week. Hopefully, everybody will be here to enjoy that.
Watch, I'll be fucking late next week. We're getting up so early, and next week is gonna start off. You guys gonna have to skip it. Start off with something else.
Like us on Facebook, Twitch, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. We will be back next week here on Epic Interactions. Keep it epic.
Bye.
Alright.